This video is going to be about a city where time is more precious than money, and people give money to buy time and vice versa. Also, hello and welcome to Movie Recap Stories. Today I'm going to recap a movie titled In Time. In Time 2011 is an American science fiction action film written, directed, and produced by Andrew Niccol. The movie begins, and we see a man named Will, who is living with his mother in Dayton. The people there are poor, and they have only 24 hours to live. Will's mother informs him that she has 3 days to live and that she has a massive debt to pay off. In the next scene, we see Will going to work, where he meets a small girl named Maya. She requests 5 minutes from Will, and he gives her his time in a time capsule. Will reaches his factory, and at night, when he completes his work, he goes to a club with his friend. At the party, he sees a man who has 100 years on his hand because he is a rich man. Suddenly, a gangster breaks into the club and steals time from people. Seeing the rich man in trouble, Will runs into the club to rescue that man. He takes that man out of the club and runs away. They arrive at an abandoned building, and the rich man introduces himself as Henry and says that he lives in Greenwich and that he is 105 years. Henry tells Will that he is fed up with his life and that he does not want to live anymore. In the morning, when Will is sleeping, Henry gives almost all his time to Will and leaves. As Will wakes up, he finds a lot of time on his hands. On the other hand, we see Henry end his life by jumping off the bridge. Will tells his friend that a man named Henry has given him 100 years. Will gives 10 years of his life to his close friend. On the other side, we see Will's mother, who has paid off all her debts and plans to return to her city. Following that, we see Will's mother walking to the bus stop, where she is informed that she must pay for 2 hours of travel time because the old rates have increased. Despondently, she runs home, whereas Will is waiting for his mother at the bus stand with a banquet of flowers in his hand. Before Will's mother meets Will, she dies as her time comes to an end. On the other hand, we see timekeepers who are acting as police and investigating the dead body of Henry beneath the bridge. They check out the CCTV footage to see who has stolen Henry's time, but they see nothing as such. Will is now on his way to Greenwich, where the wealthy live happily with plenty of time. Timekeepers come to know that a man named Will is crossing many time zones, i.e., the borders of cities. They also got a picture of Will when he was crossing one of the time zones. Next, we see Will has arrived in Greenwich, where he is staying at a 5-star hotel. We also see a young lady named Sylvia, who is having her breakfast in the hotel where Will is staying. Will asks a waitress about a casino to play poker. He goes to the casino and meets a man who lends people time on credit, and he is considered the rich man of the city. Seeing Will win games, the rich man introduces his daughter Sylvia to Will, and she invites him to a party at her home. Will purchases a car and drives to Sylvia's home to attend the party. The rich man introduces Will to the rest of his family, and Will dances with Sylvia. Meanwhile, the timekeepers apprehend Will in the party, and Ray, the leader of the timekeepers, questions Will about how he has so much time. Will tells Ray that a rich person named Henry has given him some time, but he does not believe him and takes all the time from him. Will beats the timekeepers and runs away from there with Sylvia. Suddenly, Will's car crashes, and they faint. The gangsters arrive, steal Sylvia's time, and flee as soon as they hear police sirens. As she wakes up, Sylvia is taken aback by her decreased time. Will takes her to his friend, to whom he has given 10 years, but unfortunately, his friend has died due to drinking excessive wine. Will, seeing no other option, sells Sylvia's earrings and purchases 2 days' time. Will takes Sylvia to his hometown the next day, where she witnesses people's miserable lives. When they are in the market, Ray runs after Will, and Sylvia shoots Ray. Will gives Ray some time, and both he and Sylvia run away in Ray's car. Sylvia, along with Will, plans to rob her father's bank, where her father has kept so many time capsules. They rob the bank, take out all the time capsules, and distribute them among poor people. Will and Sylvia escape from Ray in a bus and stay at a well-furnished restaurant. One of the men in Dayton informs the gangster about Will's whereabouts, and he apprehends both Will and Sylvia in a restaurant. But Will kills the gangster and his companions. Will and Sylvia steal the time capsule and drive towards Dayton to give it to the poor people. Meanwhile, Ray comes to know that Will and Sylvia are giving time capsules to the poor, and he runs his car after them. Before Ray can kill them, his time comes to an end, and he passes away. Later, we see a report on TV that all the people of Dayton are moving towards Greenwich after getting time from a million-hour capsule that Will and Sylvia had stolen from her father. The movie ends with Will and Sylvia standing before a bank. If you like efforts, kindly subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss our new video.